Hello, my name is Charles and welcome to day 3 of my 30-day challenge to post a video blog every single day. It's been interesting and a good learning experience so far, I need to be more consistent about the timing that I allocate to it. As you probably know, there are many things that people need to do during the day, and being organized and making sure that you allocate specific time to specific tasks is very important. So my subject for today is detail. For me, detail is very important because it demonstrates to other people what attention you pay to things, and most key is that it doesn't become a distraction. So looking at the two different types of detail, there's the detail that defines your brand, with one's brand being often positioned as what people say about you when you're not in the room, and the other type of detail is the kind of detail that you apply when you're looking into executing whatever it is that you're doing. So starting with the details that define your brand, there are things like how you look, how you present yourself. Do you look smart? Do you look shabby? What you're wearing, the way you've done your hair, new haircut by the way. Whatever you do, it's regarded as a reflection, and it must be consistent with what you're doing. So for example, if I'm talking about roller skating, or if I'm in an environment where I'm hanging out with roller skaters, if I turn up in a suit and tie, those are certain details that overlook. So there is actually a degree of situational awareness in details. Likewise, if I turn up to do a blog like this, which is linking into business, if I am wearing a dinner jacket and bow tie, that's obviously not appropriate. So the fact of the matter is you'll think I'll look very smart, but you'll be distracted and think, well, this is a little bit irrelevant. Why is he dressing himself like this? It's the wrong kind of attention. It's a distraction. I want you to focus on what I'm talking about in these videos. I don't want you to be distracted by how I look, because it's inappropriate. As well as how you present yourself, it's the environment that you're in. So for example, what is the background that I'm in? The background that I've chosen now is in my living room, and I have two pieces of art from a street artist, which perhaps I'll get onto a little bit later. Maybe I can make that a theme. But earlier on, I had a go at doing this video, and to be honest, I had a tower block behind me which wasn't particularly appealing. There was quite a lot of noise from motorbikes, so that environment just wasn't a particularly good one. So I would have been picking the wrong details, and I wouldn't have been really sending the right message to you, my viewers. Thank you for watching, by the way. Other times when detail is very important, for example, is when you're writing emails. I've written a blog on emails, which you'll see on my Facebook page, which talks about how to construct them, how to be consistent in the message, and make them relevant to the person you're actually sending them to. But one of the things that I find very important about writing, whether it is an email, whether it's your website, whether it is a brochure, whatever you're writing about, is that you shouldn't end up being distracted by the fact that it's badly written. It doesn't really matter, the fact that I've got bad spelling. Yes, okay, it's not the end of the world, but to my readers, it's a distraction. They will think, well, this guy hasn't spent the time to make sure that his spelling is correct. He doesn't really care. This business probably isn't very important to him. Likewise, if he hasn't had time to pay attention to some of the detail in what he's writing about, well, when it comes to him doing business for me, is he going to be paying attention, and am I going to see these details in my image? So it kind of reflects how you're going to behave when you're with them. Another thing that I find doing, and perhaps this is just me, if I'm reading a document, maybe it's a CV, maybe it's just a piece of content. If I start noticing spelling mistakes and things like that, I actually, in my mind, if it's not particularly interesting, we'll switch across to proofread message, and to a proofread mentality, and I will actually just go through that, whatever I'm reading, and I'm effectively just looking for the spelling mistakes. I don't want to be looking for the spelling mistakes. I want to be focusing on the content. So the second kind of detail that I want to speak about today is the detail of how you execute what you're doing. So for example, if I'm doing some research about a particular business, about a particular field, maybe it's something I would like to buy, whatever it is, I need to spend apply a consistent amount of time researching the detail on that. So I want to educate myself about it so that I can I can arm myself with the information to make the best decision that I can. Why would I not do that? The information is all out there. The internet is very easy. Yes, okay, it is easy to end up with doing paralysis by analysis, where basically you end up doing a totally disproportionate amount of research and you never actually execute, you never actually do it. So that's very important. Also very important, which applies to this as well, is detail in goals. The more detailed you are about the goal and what you're trying to achieve, the more likely you are to actually be able to reach it. So I think that that's very important, and I would urge you to put a lot of detail into defining your goals. That is about it for today on the subject of detail. I hope that you found this useful and interesting. Please like my one-shot business consulting page if you found it helpful, and I'll be keeping these videos coming. So to finish off, let's make it a theme. I have two pieces of art behind me, which are by a street artist. It's a Spanish guy called Sam3. He usually does graffiti on buildings, always in black and white, and he's very, very talented indeed. And these two pieces are called Conscio and Subconscio. Conscious and subconscious, and they are mirrors of each other. As you'll see, there's the black on white and the white on black. I've actually extended that one level by putting contrasting frames on each of them. And let me just pick up the camera and take you over there. Sorry about that. Okay, so you'll see what they are is they have the heads are within each other. So, and they are kind of continuing a little bit like the Russian dolls. I find actually there's very therapeutic to look at, and quite often if I'm on a telephone conversation, it can help me to concentrate on what I'm listening to just by focusing on these two things. So I very much enjoy those. Anyway, that was my blog for today. I hope that you found that interesting, and I won't see you tomorrow, but you will see me tomorrow. Take care.